What's up, yo? It's me, Ukuri. So, particularly this message is for somehow clearing the air. You know, there's a verse in the Bible that I love that says, "I'd rather obey God than man, and we should not fear the ones who can just hurt our physical body, but instead fear the one who can take our life, which is God." Amen. Who can take life and give it back. Give life and take it back in one, the other way. So the thing is this. Sometimes when God calls somebody, he doesn't call the other person for an opinion. It seems like people as Christians or people sometimes when and somehow I'm guilty of that too. We see someone preaching or anything, and just because they didn't preach your way, it means God didn't call them, or their altitude didn't please you, or whatever. Then it means God isn't with them. No, you're wrong. Because I believe when God calls someone, he doesn't need anybody's advice. So if when God called me, or when I was in the Word, now I came back to God, he didn't consult anyone. He didn't talk to you or anybody. So the thing is this. As long as I'm preaching what's written, that's what matters. And you can agree, you can't agree, there's nothing I can do. But the truth must be preached. Really, sometimes I see like hate comments on my videos or my posts, especially certain people. I don't want to put their names out there, but they know who I'm talking about. I want to make it public because so that maybe if anybody else is thinking of doing it, you entitled to do anything you want. As the same thing, I'm entitled to write what I want and say what I want. But it's not necessary. It's not necessary to be hateful or send hateful messages or cursing anybody. It's not unnecessary because it won't change a thing, by the way. It won't change the way I preach. It won't change the way I see truth unless God does. So the better thing as Christians is to pray for one another, right? And especially when you seem thinking you know better than me, then the best thing is to pray for me. But sending hate words or writing hateful messages, not only you contradict yourself, but it's not a seed of a child of God at all. And that's not what God is ask all of us to do for each other. It doesn't even help those who are trying to help. Because I believe when you are trying to put negative comments or bashing me or cursing me on my videos or posts, it's as if you disagree with me. By the way, guess why? By you disagreeing, by you using bad words or negative words, you ain't helping either. By the way, I think even worse. So I think there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing. So what I'm saying is it means nothing at all when you put negative comments, or I didn't mean when you disagree. You can disagree with me and put what you believe in. It's your opinion. Everybody's entitled to opinions. I don't mind. I don't mind. But to the point where you put hateful words like saying you're stupid or what, it's really, really very childish and somehow not even Christian-wise, as you keep saying it. You say it because, so to be honest, you won't change a thing. Your anger, you put it out there on Facebook and you write negative comment or anything. It won't change the way I preach. It won't change the way God called me. It won't change a thing. But it will show who you are, what you have in your heart, because I believe what you give is what you have, that by the way. So all I can say is just, it's not, even I'm talking in general. You don't agree with anybody, you disagree. You don't need to be, take it personal and become angry to the point where you insult someone It's a waste of time, a waste of energy, and the toxic you're putting inside of you. Because by the way, that person you're insulting or that person you're trying to bash around, maybe living their life to the fullest, maybe moving on, doing their stuff, or maybe even believing what they're doing, and you there taking it so personal that you, the point where you bash or you insult the person, you're wasting your time. So I'm really trying to release you here, to tell you, don't waste time with things that doesn't matter, okay? If you believe in something to the point where you become so angry, it becomes so personal, do something positive about it. But don't come out of it negative, because then you ain't doing nothing better than that person you think is doing negative thing, right? So it's a message I just wanted to give out there, that just because you disagree with someone doesn't mean you need to bash them or you need to insult them. You just can disagree and then move on, because at the end of the day, there's nothing you can change about that. Only the person itself, until that person's convinced. If it's not the case, nothing. You can't change anybody. Only God can change. All you can do is talk, and God does the other work. So the thing is this: whatever I say, if I offend anybody or you feel offended, there's nothing I can do. I'm sorry. You either follow me or you don't, okay? But don't take it so personal to the point where you bash me or you insult me, as if by you insulting me, things will change. Nothing will change. The truth must be preached. Here again, you may be getting more angry because I would just say the truth must be preached. But yes, it will be preached at any cost until God comes and says, you know what, this is what it is. Nothing can change. That's what I'm saying. The best weapon here is to pray, but not insulting. Because you insulting me, you ain't having any fruit of the Spirit either, of God. So you trying to correct me by insulting me, you ain't nothing better, actually even worse than me. You trying to correct, okay? So it was my opinion, and I wanted really to put it out there to say, don't waste time insulting me on my comments or bashing me around, because, or sending me emails or doing on Facebook, thinking maybe I'm gonna block you or anything. I won't block you. I'll let you do what you gotta do so that you can let that anger out, that toxic out. But at the end of the day, I will still preach and do what I'm called to do. I am perfect again, but doesn't mean I can't preach the perfection of God, okay? So this was just something I wanted to put out there for people who are wasting that energy, that toxic. Maybe you are used for people to argue with you all the time. Just because people don't agree with you, then you take it so personal that you want bash me or insult me, or you insulting somebody, maybe in another situation where you have this person trying to talk to them and then they don't listen to you, then you take it personal and then it becomes a big deal. You wasting your time, Don't take anything personal that is not of yours. If you're trying to tell someone they don't listen, just let it go. Just let it go. Let the person be. Pray. Use the weapon. Christian's weapon is a prayer. It's not insulting. It's not bashing anybody around. It's praying. That's the best weapon any Christian person should carry, should have, other than bashing around. That's a waste of time, and it's a sin, by the way. We're called to pray for our enemies and bless our enemies. We're not called to bash them and insult them. Okay, so that was just something I wanted to put out there. Nobody is scared. I ain't scared. I will preach the truth. Just because you don't believe what I say, or because you know me from the past, or whatever, it won't change a thing. I will preach until I have no breath in me. That's the only way you can stop me. Or maybe anything can happen in the future. I don't know. But for now, for this season, it's time to preach and time to expose the work of the enemy. Okay? And bashing, insulting, anger over me, it won't change a thing. Because I'm really enjoying God's work here. I'm enjoying God's grace in my life. I'm enjoying what He's done to me. And I'm enjoying and I'm pleasing. And man, as Paul said, I rather listen to God than listen to you, or than listen to human being. So I will do what God called me to do. You're not happy, don't follow me. You ain't happy, you follow me, you comment, it's okay. I'll let you comment, opinion, but I'm just telling you, negative comments or anger, and especially you saying you're Christian, isn't helping. It's not helping for your health, for your spiritual life. You sinning, by the way. So I don't want you to keep sinning for no reason, okay? Because you won't affect me, you won't stop me from preaching until the Lord comes and says so. God bless you. I want to put that message out there. And maybe you too, you are in a situation where you are with a friend, and that friend, they listen to you and then you take it personal. Don't take it personal. When you give your advice, you give your opinion, someone doesn't listen, don't waste time taking personal to the point where it eats you alive. You become toxic, you become angry. No, just let it go. You gave your opinion. At the end of the day, we always reap what we sow, okay? So that's my advice on any situations in your life. And again, my personal life, that's what I'm using. God bless you again. The truth shall be preached with enthusiasm. Oh, yes. I'm in love with Jesus. There's nothing else we can do. And I'm about to expose the enemy's lie.